think you got lost.
No, ma'am. Just being careful.
Miss Merle, this is Edita Alick. Miss Alick, Allison Merle, prosecutor from the International Court at The Hague.
Gospođo Merrill, ovo je Edita Alić. Gospođo Alić, Alison Merrill, glavni sudski odvjetnik u Međunarodnom sudu u Hagu.
Please, sit down.
Molim vas, sjednite.
Edita, I know that this is very difficult, and I want you to take your time. But I need you to tell me everything that happened to you in 1993.
Ispričate da se vam dogodilo 1993. godine.
We have Vlatko Morović in custody. He can't hurt you here.
On vam ovdje ne može ništa.
Poslao je svoje ljude. Odvukli su me u sportsku halu Partizanu u Fući. Oni su ga pretvorili u javnu kuću.
He sent his men. They took me to the Partizan Sports Center in Foča. He had converted into a brothel.
Bilo je nas na hiljade. Neki ljudi kažu da nema žene u Bosni i Hercegovini koja nije bila silovana. Ja sigurno ne znam ni jednu.
There were thousands of us. Some people say that there is not a woman left in Bosnia-Herzegovina who wasn't raped. I certainly don't know any.
So you were raped?
Znači, vi ste silovani.
Da, bila sam silovana. I preko 30 puta na dan.
What did she say?
More than 30 times in one day.
Did you see Morović?
Vidjela sam ga kako ubije neke žene. Kad su njegovih ljudi bili s njima gotovi, on se smijao.
I watched him kill some of the women. When his men were done with him, he laughed.
Would you testify to that in court?
Hoćete li svjedočiti o tome na sudu?
Morović is a monster, Edita. He must pay for what his men did to you, and we have to make sure that it doesn't happen again.
A mi se moramo potruditi da se to ništa više nikada ne ponovi.
You're very brave for coming here today.
Hrabri što ste danas došli.
Thank you.
Hvala vam.
Hvala vam što pokušavate da tom monstruma privedete pravdi.
Thank you for trying to bring this monster to justice.
Nema na čemu.
You are improving.
Give me a few days. I won't need you at all. Need you to take me to the Red and White bar. Okay, I got a tip that there's a guy who I've been pressing for testimony. Rumor has it he was a driver for Morović. He used to shuttle women back and forth from the rape camps, and now he's drunk and he's got a guilty conscience.
2 of your witnesses have been killed, and you've been getting death threats all week. Why do you think they sent us here to protect you?
Well, I've got exactly 1 week in Sarajevo to collect testimony against Morović, and I'm not going to be a hostage.
We have to make sure you're protected at all times. You just can't come and go as you please.
Well, sure I can. But you're just going to have to come along for the ride. Oh, come on, boys. Drinks are on me.
Everybody down now!
You're wasting your time. I'm not moving to Bootmere.
Ms. Merrill.
Cremtita? It's like a pudding cake. You've got me hooked. I've eaten enough to kill a diabetic. Please, polish it off. Save me from myself.
Thanks, but I'm cutting back.
Watching your figure?
Look, Ms. Merrill, it's very simple. You're not safe here, all right? Your staff hasn't been screened yet. This location is a nightmare. Easy access for high-speed getaway vehicles, lousy sight lines.
It's gonna be a lot easier to protect you if you move to the base.
Well, it's not my job to make your job easier.
You cop an attitude with me, Miss Merrill, we're not gonna have much fun together.
Sorry. I'm not really good at being bossed around.
Well, I know the type.
Look, this is Sarajevo. Nobody trusts anybody. The locals are too scared to go to Bootmere because they have to get their picture taken at the gate. And for all they know, the guards could sell those pictures to one of Mirovich's cronies.
Somebody just tried to kill you with a car bomb. You won't be convicting Mirovich if you're dead.
But how can I expect people to risk their lives to talk to me if I'm not willing to do the same?
All right. If you're not gonna make my job any easier, the least you can do is help me help you.
What do you mean?
You know this guy?
Yuka Zubac? I'd give my right eye to get my hands on him. But he and his Tiger Brigade buddies all went underground after the war ended.
You know who those buddies are?
It is almost impossible to get any information. They destroyed all the records back in the 90s.
Well, looks like they've resurfaced and they've made you their enemy.
My personal safety is the least of my concerns. Okay, Mirovich and his thugs are looking to make a comeback. Finish the job. More ethnic cleansing, more genocide, gynocide.
You really think this can happen again?
People think that when the news cameras stop rolling, the war is over. They're wrong. We still have a lot of work to do.
Miss Merrill? You all right?
I think I need some air.
Oh, hey.
Sudden weakness, slurred speech, difficulty breathing.
Any trauma when she collapsed?
Negative. The onset of her symptoms came on so fast, I think she's been poisoned.
I'm having a hard time finding a vein.
Just try and relax.
She's dehydrated.
You gotta get me out of here.
Keep her talking. It's better if she stays awake. I'll get this to the lab right away. Set her up with an IV.
You gotta get me out of here. I gotta get ready for the trial.
Miss Merrill, you have to stop thinking about work. You're very sick. You gotta cut yourself some slack.
It happened. To me.
What did?
I was raped. Chicago. Gang leader. Payback.
I'm so sorry.
Don't need your sympathy. Just want these monsters to know that they can't get away with it.
What's the diagnosis, Doc?
Looks like a nasty case of botulism. She's got classic symptoms. Slurred speech, muscle weakness. I wanted to do the blood test to be sure.
Botulism. That makes sense. Lethal, easy to make and transport. What about an antitoxin?
Nearest stash is in Stuttgart.
So we know what it is, but we don't know how she got it.
And if we figure out how she got dosed, hopefully we can figure out who did it.
I'm not a toxicologist, and there isn't one here on site at Woodmere. Major here says you're the best there is.
Oh, how sweet. And to think, Major, the last time I saw you, you had your ass in the air. Well, that was some piece of...
Shrapnel, yeah, I remember. Let's start the exam.
Nasal passages look clear. No crystal remnants present. And no visible lesions. Can you give me a look down her throat? No inhalation burns.
So how did the poison get into her system?
Well, she probably ingested it, so I recommend you round up anybody who might have had access to her food over the last couple of days. Test them for botulism exposure.
We looking for a boomerang here, Doc?
Botulism's very easy to mishandle. Whoever dosed her could have easily been infected. Biological karma.
Roger that, Doc. Dr. Foucault, can you organize those tests? And Dr. Wolf, how soon can you be here with the antitoxin?
Less than 2 hours.
A few follow-up injections, she should make a full recovery.
Well, that's good news.
I have the results of the botulism test you ordered.
Of Miss Merrill's staff? And?
Somebody came back positive.
What, no housekeeper?
You know, if there's one thing I learned through this whole ordeal, it's that if you don't want to get poisoned, then Make your own crempita. I'd offer you some, but I know you're trying to cut back.
See, that's why you're good at your job. You pay attention.
And now, thanks to you, I've got Zubac to prosecute too.
You ever consider a less dangerous line of work? A lot of law firms back in the States be lucky to have you.
A desk job. I don't think I could go back to a desk job. I think I might go crazy.
Yeah. I know what you mean.
Good morning, Colonel.